In this first episode of season 2, we are so excited to interview Shaun Giles from the Frist Art Museum. Enjoy. Okay, so now we have Mr. Shaun Giles from the Frist. He is the Community Engagement Director at the Frist Museum. Welcome.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. Glad to be here today.
I'm so glad you were able to join us, and I just thank you for giving us your time and telling us your story. So if you would tell us about yourself and what you do.
All right. I'm Shaun Giles. I am the Community Engagement Director at the Frist Art Museum. And so that's my day job. I have a few different responsibilities within that. So I work within the Education and Engagement Department at the museum, and I sort of oversee our community partnerships and connections with area organizations. And I also work with our teen program. I oversee our internship program, and am also responsible for overseeing our teacher and schools programming to some degree. So I wear a few different hats within the museum.
That's quite a few hats, right? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
so could you tell us how you got started in the art field, and how did your journey lead to you working at the Frist Museum?
Well, art has always been an interest to me. I've always enjoyed making things and expressing myself through images as long as I can remember. Even as a very young child, I used to draw. I used to sort of craft and repurpose things, and so that's something that was always a part of me. And so I carried that through grade school, through middle school, through high school, and then when I got to college, I felt like it made sense to go into art, go into studio art specifically. So I studied that at Tennessee State, and it was just always part of me. And so after I finished my bachelor's at TSU, I continued and got a master's in education. And so those two things paired very well. When I graduated with my master's and was wondering what to do next, I happened to see that there was an opportunity at the Frist, at that time known as the Frist Center for the Visual Arts. And I applied and started there almost 18 years ago now, back in August of 2005. And so I've just been there ever since. But it's been, that's kind of what took me there, is just always having that interest, always having that desire to create, and then to share that with other people, share the opportunity to create and be able to educate people in that, and give people sort of a bridge to finding their own creative energy.
Awesome. Yeah. So tell me, what do you love most about working in art?
Well, I enjoy, I really do enjoy the connection with people and sort of introducing them to something that allows them to express themselves. So something that gets them excited, that maybe they haven't tried before, or maybe it's something they have done before, but it's just always something that they seem to enjoy. So I enjoy connecting with people in that way, giving them a way to express themselves, or sort of introducing a new way for them to express themselves. So I think that's what I enjoy most about doing this, about sharing art.
Awesome. Okay. So how does Frist help communities in Nashville, and what are some of the programs, and how can people get involved?
Well, the Frist, we want to be known as Nashville's museum, and we also, of course, we want to be known all over, but we definitely want our local community to understand that we're here and we're a resource for them. So We offer free admission for children. Anybody 18 and younger can come free anytime. We offer a variety of programs from programs in the gallery, like our guided tours and gallery talks, to our lectures, to um, uh, not Frist Fridays. Sorry, that's old. We don't do that currently. We've changed that to Frist Arts Fest, which we actually just did this past weekend, which was a way for people to come and enjoy the museum, and also to enjoy some activities and different goings on at the museum at the time. Um, we offer, of course, encourage school groups to come for tours. We offset much of the cost of transportation for school groups where we can. And we also encourage homeschool groups to visit on Homeschool Mondays, last Monday of almost every month. Um, we also do Family Sunday programming uh, that encourages families to come in and enjoy the museum and do a hands-on activity as well. So we have a number of things, not to mention what we offer for educators, teacher workshops, things like that, and exhibition opportunities for some of our local school districts. So we try to connect with the community in as many ways as possible.
That sounds
And I
no,
feel like maybe there was a part of your question that I didn't remember to answer.
no, that was the question. You answered it all. Yeah.
Okay.
My next question is, what are some ways that Frist helps local artists in their careers and with opportunities?
Okay. Well, thinking about local artists, that's um, something that I thought about a lot, is how to better engage local artists myself, and that's definitely something we talk about at the Frist. Um, I like to present opportunities for local artists to teach and bring their expertise uh, as teaching artists, to help people sort of learn about what they do. And oftentimes there are opportunities that may come with that. Just kind of getting on our radar helps, when we're thinking of other things that we can do in the future and other ways that we might engage artists. So we've had local artists participate in a variety of ways, whether it's contributing to an exhibition in some way, where in the past we've actually had artists video record their process, and that it was actually included in one of our exhibitions. So that sort of produced some exposure for that artist, and not just exposure. We also paid them. That's something that's important as well. We like to pay our artists, but we do have local exhibitions. Local artists are often exhibited in our Conte Community Arts Gallery. I do a lot of community exhibitions, but many of those are opportunities for local artists to be able to exhibit as well. One that comes to mind is our First Time Voters exhibition that we did a couple years ago, and we featured a few local artists in that show who have since, I think, continued on their trajectory, being able to show their art. I mean, they already had pretty good momentum anyway, but and being able to showcase what they do, I think that was good for us, and I'm sure it was good for them as well. So
Definitely good for them as well. So for any artists out there any local artists out there who may be listening, um, what what is Frisk looking for? What can they do to prepare themselves to be ready for be ready for opportunity with Frisk?
and that's a good question. Artists, we usually go out to the community to identify artists. We're usually at exhibitions, seeing what artists are doing. We are, gathering information fellow partners, artists who maybe have worked with organizations, or maybe artists have done things at the library or have done things with a local university. That helps us. We reach out to those people and ask for ideas and input. And so a lot of it is sort of word of mouth. Some of it is us actively just going out and searching for specific types of artists. But a lot of it is just reaching out to our connections and seeing who they've worked with, being at gallery openings to see what local artists are doing. So really, it's a pretty organic process, I think. There's not really like a form you fill out to get on the Frist radar, but we're out there, looking for people and asking questions.
Well, that's good to understand how it works, because it just sounds like what you're saying is just to be involved in the community, and getting your name out there, getting your work out there, and hopefully to be seen by others.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm. So, what advice would you give an artist who's looking for an opportunity with Frist? What other advice would you give?
Well, that's a good question. Other than just being as involved in the art community as possible, um, never underestimate any opportunities, because we learn about artists in a lot of different ways. So um, any opportunities that you get they're never too small. You might do something with your local child care center, and if we learn about that somehow, if we hear about that from some of our local connections, um, we might want to get to know that artist and work with that artist. We have I think, developed a lot of good relationships in the community of artists, and so um, being if you're an artist, if you can get immersed in the community to where you know as many artists as possible as well, it allows you to become part of that network of people, that network of people who an artist might suggest. Or we get artists who say, yeah, I know so and so artist, he came to an exhibition a few weeks ago and told me about his work. I haven't seen it, but he sounds interesting, you might want to talk to him. Those kinds of things. Just being out there and being part of the community is a big part of just getting on our radar. And even, if an artist is interested, they can reach out to us. Sometimes we're looking for artists, looking for specific expertise. They can reach out to somebody and say, hey, I'm an artist who does this, or I noticed you having a collage exhibition in the fall. I'm a collage artist. Is there any way you can maybe find some way for me to work with you? And the answer is not always yes, but we always file that name away and say, okay, this might be somebody we can go back to in the future.
Definitely. That sounds exciting though, like just to know that Frist is open, to the local artists in Nashville, and they can, use them as a resource to hopefully get their name out there as well.
Mhm.
So, what are some programs and or exhibits available now, and what are you looking forward to in the next 3 to 6 months?
Okay. Thinking about now, of course, uh, we just opened an exhibition called, let me make sure I get the name right.
And I can
I
re-ask. I'll re-ask the question because I felt like maybe I should ask, because I'm hoping to upload this somewhat. Well, I'm going to start around July. This actually may not be part of the podcast until sometime in August, late August or September. So
okay.
I guess should
Okay.
I guess we shouldn't talk about right now because it may not still be going on in September, would it, or August?
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Let me think about that. Uh, well, we do have one exhibition that was, well, no, some of these will still, well, maybe not.
You know what? What we can do is we can say right now this is what month is it? Right now this is June. We're doing
Mhm.
blah blah blah, and then next month we'll be doing this and that. And it's okay, because people, if they're listening and they're interested, they can still just get on the website and see. Okay,
Mhm.
well, I know it's September. Let's see what's up there now.
Mhm.
Because I'm
Okay.
going to ask you that. That's the last question I'm going to ask you is like, how can people connect with Frist? Or should I ask, how can people, do you want people to connect with you directly, or would you rather people just like, how would you prefer me to ask that question? That
Mhm.
makes sense what I'm asking.
Well, I guess it's fine if people connect with me directly, and I can always you know pass them along to whoever might
Okay.
be able to best help them. So
Okay. Because my question is, the last question is, how can people connect with you or Frist if they want to become a member, volunteer, exhibit, or participate in the program? So,
okay.
okay.
I mean, maybe I'll just say something like they can also visit the website for specific information on all of those things.
Okay. That
But
works. That works out. Because if somebody wanted to connect with you directly, that would be like if they want to ask you about teaching or some kind of community programming.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, cool. All right, so I'll re-ask the programs and exhibit question now.
okay.
Okay, so what are some programs and exhibits that are going on now, and what are you looking forward to in the future?
Well, we currently have an exhibition of work by Beatrix Potter. Many people may know her as an author, and especially the author of The Tale of Peter Rabbit, but she also has lived a full life of with an interest in science and ecology, and um, I think people who might check that out would learn a lot more about Beatrix Potter, the artist and author. Right now, we recently opened, and this will be on through August 13th. Storied Strings: The Guitar in American Art. So that features works that well showcases works featuring the guitar. So these are paintings and other varieties of other media showcasing the guitar as part of the work. And there are also a few, not many, but a few actual guitars in the show as well. Um, so those are a couple of things that are going on and going into the late summer. And I'm especially looking forward to a fall exhibition um, called Multiplicity: Blackness in Contemporary American Collage, that opens September 15th and will be up through the rest of the year. So I'm sure we are all in the process of planning some really exciting programming. I know I will be doing some different programs for the community, especially with our Art Trunk, which is our mobile education kit that goes out to our community partners. So we're looking forward to that. Our curators and our programs person, they're working on having some of the artists come in and talk. So there are lots of opportunities for that. So that'll be something that as we finalize those plans, all that information will be on our website.
Awesome. So yeah, that was my last question was if how do people connect with Frist if they want to become a member, a volunteer, or exhibit?
All right. Well, people can reach out to me directly if you have any interests in teaching or just introducing yourself and letting me know you're an artist. You can just reach me. My email is the best way, and that's sgiles at fristartmuseum.org. That's sgiles at fristartmuseum.org. You can also, if you have specific things in mind, like membership, or you want to become a volunteer, you can go to our website and find detailed information on how to do that.
Hey, well, thank you so much again for giving us this information, for being a part of this podcast. I really appreciate your time and everything. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the invitation.
All right. Well, we will close out right here. Um, and I think that's all. Like, that was so smooth. That was the smoothest interview I've done ever.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been Creative Legacy Art Podcast. If you like this video or if you like this podcast, please subscribe, join, do all the things, and share. Above all, share so that we can grow as a podcast and get the word out and help as many people as we possibly can. Have a great day and remember to stay strong, stay positive, and keep creating.